according to her. And I think a mixture of childhood trauma, drugs, I think, to me, this is what allowed this, which is so unfortunate. But sadly, you know, you guys, there's so many women in similar situations. There's so many women who are married to men who use them as their punching bag or abuse them, and it's just, it's very unfortunate.
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do. I know you still feeling new.
Guys, before we get started with today's video, I just want to take time to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you are alerted every time I post a new video. But guys, I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, so please subscribe to my channel and also like the video as well. Also, I am on patreon.com now. I tell personal spicy stories about myself and my experiences in life. So if you want to hear that, if you want to subscribe to that, you have to sign up for patreon.com, and I will see you over there. You guys, also, I do have another channel where I talk about product reviews, lifestyle stuff, you know, just focusing on positive things, not the drama like you see over here. If you are into that, subscribe to Brandy B Review TV. It's gonna be the first comment pinned to the top, but now let's get into this video. So you guys, this video is going to be a little bit different than what I'm used to doing. We're gonna be talking about today the troubles of a famous couple and what we all can learn from it. Have you guys seen the Tina Turner documentary? It was released March 27th, and I recently got a chance to watch it, and I must say, I was really inspired by her story. Tina Turner had a very challenging life, and a huge part of that was her, you know, relationship and marriage to Ike, and I want to talk about it. As a kid, I remember watching the Tina Turner movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, as a child, but you know, when you're a kid, you really don't understand what's going on in movies like that. You're just, you know, like, okay. But when you get older, when you're an adult, and you really understand, it's like, oh, okay. But this story, you guys, it's just really, it's a story of perseverance, courage, strength, and I just really want to highlight that today. You guys, I'm not going to go into too much detail about Tina Turner and her story, because there's just so much out there about Tina Turner and her relationship with Ike. I don't want to make this too long, but grab your popcorn. Everyone should know who Miss Tina Turner is, but if you don't, Tina Turner is a singer, songwriter, and icon. Some may know her as the Queen of Rock. She is regarded as one of the greatest musical talents of the 20th century. Tina is currently married to a man named Erwin Bach, who is a producer from Germany. Tina has 4 children, Raymond, Ronnie, Ike Jr., and Michael Turner, which sadly Raymond passed away in 2018. Although Tina Turner is known for many things, you guys, accomplishing many things, I wanted to talk about her relationship with Ike, and I wanted to highlight her victory over moving on from him. So let's take it back to when Tina Turner was born. Tina, whose real name is Anna Mae Bullock, was born in November of 1939 in Brownsville, Tennessee, to Floyd and Zelma Bullock. Tina's childhood was described as being chaotic due to her mother and her father stepping away from the family when Tina was only 13. Tina was then sent to live with her grandmother in Nutbush, Tennessee. But by the time Tina was 16 years old, she ended up reconnecting with her mother in St. Louis, and this is actually where she would meet Ike and start her career as a singer. In 1956, Tina and Ike met actually at a club called the Club Imperial, where Ike's band would perform. Now, it's important for us to talk about Ike Turner, whose real name is Isaiah Luster Turner Jr., was born in November of 1931. Ike's childhood has been described as very traumatic and very troubled, especially because he was raped when he was only 6, and other childhood trauma with his father. But as a kid, Ike loved to play the piano, he loved to play the guitar, and in the late 1940s, he ended up forming a band called Kings of Rhythm. And so when Tina saw Ike's band play, she was so smitten apparently because she ended up being a part of the band's act. And actually, Ike was the one who gave her name, Tina Turner. And then from that point, Ike took care of her and she upgraded Ike's image. Now, it wasn't love at first sight for these two. Actually, their love just kind of blossomed working together, but in 1962, Ike and Tina ended up getting married and started creating music together. But unfortunately, during this time, their music just wasn't cutting it. They could not get a hit on the charts. They were really struggling. And because of this, sadly, Ike turned to drugs to cope with this reality. And drugs were really, really big back then. But eventually, Ike figured it out and he turned their sound into rock music. And then once this happened, they were able to celebrate their first charted song, which was called Proud Mary.
Proud Mary.
Now, of course, with success comes the drugs, comes the partying, comes the mistresses, comes the crazy. But whenever Tina was on stage performing, you guys, she had high energy. She put on a show, and you would never be able to tell what her and Ike was going through behind closed doors. In an interview, Tina detailed how controlling Ike was, and she knew about his past before getting with him, but she didn't want to be the woman to walk away from him. She didn't want to be the woman to walk out on him when things got tough. Ike would use Tina as his punching bag, according to her, and I think a mixture of childhood trauma, drugs, I think, to me, this is what allowed this, which is so unfortunate. But sadly, you know, you guys, there's so many women in similar situations. There's so many women who are married to men who use them as their punching bag or abuse them, and it's very unfortunate. You guys, it's very unclear when Ike started to abuse Tina, but like I said, whenever they got on stage, it was kind of like their safe place. It was kind of like nothing else mattered but their talent. However, in 1976, things would drastically change for Ike and Tina. Tina got tired of being Ike's punching bag, and when they were on tour in Dallas, Texas, they got into a really huge fight, but this time, Tina fought back. Tina was finally sick of Ike's bull. Tina had had enough, and she left him. And to me, you guys, this was so courageous. This, you know, she walked away from everything she knew. She walked away from a man who took care of everything, took care of her, who controlled everything. Her future was uncertain. She had no idea how this was gonna turn out for her, but she knew she had to get away from him. She knew she had to get away from the toxic relationship that she shared with Ike. And honestly, people will criticize Tina, saying, you know, why did she stay as long as she did? But she stayed because she probably felt like she owed that to him, because he changed her life. He did. He turned her into a star. She helped him out as well, but you know, that's probably why she stayed, because she knew that she knew that he kind of made her. So that was kind of like, you know, her staying for so long was kind of like her debt to him. Tina ended up revealing in a Gayle King interview that she did know about his past. You know, Ike was good to her in the beginning. But what that should teach women is that, you know, when you meet someone, they are gonna show you their representative. They're gonna be their best self. You know, falling in love is a beautiful thing. Getting married is a beautiful thing. Having your man take care of you is a beautiful thing. But it's important, you guys, to stand on your own. You never know what's gonna happen. You don't go into a marriage or a relationship thinking that you're gonna get abused. You know, for anyone who's a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home wife, that's great. And you should allow your man to do these types of things for you. But you shouldn't be so in the dark about taking care of your home life that if something does happen, you completely fall apart. You don't know what to do. And you guys, I really did feel bad for Ike as well, because he went through so much childhood trauma and he was really never able to deal with those types of things. You know, he was really misguided. But I just don't understand. He bit the hand that fed him. When Tina left him, that was the end of his career. He had literally nothing when she left. Tina also ended up revealing in the Gayle King interview that she felt like Ike would abuse her because, you know, he had to depend on her for his success, and he hated that. So it was like an ego trip for him. Such a shame. And you know, Tina Turner has been called a feminist for leaving Ike, but if she's a feminist for not getting abused, then so be it. I'm just glad that Tina's life ended up the way it did, because she could have turned to drug abuse, she could have turned to suicide. You guys, Tina's life could have ended up in such a different way. You guys, I wanted to discuss this because there's so many women in the same situation. There's a lot of women that feel like they're stuck in marriages or relationships where they just cannot walk away. And what this documentary should teach you, you guys, is that when you do see these red flags, don't ignore them. It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to walk away from your situation. There is life after divorce. You can find love at an older age. But anyway, you guys, tell me what you thought about this video. If you like this kind of video, I'm gonna be doing more videos like this where I'm reviewing famous couples and their situation, their toxic situations. But let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys on Patreon also. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm creating for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.